I don't even know if I'm in frame. Okay. So this is gonna be a video of my favorite book boyfriends / book couples of the year, and I think I'm gonna do top 5. So I have my little I don't even know what's like a tracker, and I haven't filled in last month's, so I need to do that real quick, and then we'll go through. Maybe I'll do it from each month. My favorite couple from each month. That sounds like a great idea. Let's do that, Aubrey. Okay, we'll do that. And then, yeah, I'll list them on this board. And it'll be very fun and very visual and very different from anything I've ever done. So, let me hurry and jot down my November couples that I've read. And then we will get started, okay? Okay, now that I have all of these written down and have picked out my favorite couples that I read from each month, we'll go through them. So, the first one in January, let's see. So, for January, my favorite couple, this is not my favorite book, I should specify that. These are not my favorite books, that will be a separate video, that I read each month, but these are my favorite couples from the books that I read each month, if that makes sense. So, my favorite couple that I've read about was from the book How the King of Elfheim Learned to Hate Stories, and I did love that book, and I love the illustrations in it and everything, but I'm just a big Jude and Carden fan, honestly. And if I spell these names wrong, oh well, call me out. I really don't care. Because, yeah, this is just how they're spelled in my head. I loved Jude and Carden. I love they're a true enemies to lovers in my mind, because even when they were starting to act on those feelings, they still hated each other. And I honestly love that. Next was, let's see, February. And my favorite couple from February was, I reread The Hunger Games, and I'm a big Peeta fan. Peeta and Katniss, love them together. Just literally goals. Peeta, he deserves all the love in the world. I love him so much. Book Peeta and movie Peeta, because Josh Hutcherson makes my heart have palpitations. Yeah, they're just great. I love the dynamic between them and how he just is in love with her from the very beginning, and how she had to come to realize that she loves him, and just, yeah, it was great. And then in March, my favorite couple was actually from a Regency romance era type thing. So it's like balls and dresses and all that fun stuff, mansions that they live in, and it was from a book called Summer Haven, and my favorite couple from that book was the main characters. So it's Hannah and what's his name? Damon. I think it started with a D. And they're just so cute. It's kind of like a fake dating plot, but in Regency era, which I thought was so cool. And then moving on, April. And in April, let's see, I actually didn't read any books in April. We're not going to talk about that. I read not a single book in April. So, here, we'll actually write April, sad face, 0. Because, yeah, unfortunately, I did not read any books in April. So then in May, I read another, like, older, not older, it is a little older, but it's not quite Regency romance, but it's not a Western. I don't really know what it's considered. Should we look? It's called a proper romance. Anyways, it's called Ashes on the Moor, and my favorite characters in this one, my favorite couple, yes, was Evangeline, which is the main character, and this Irish immigrant guy. And I don't know how to say his name correctly, so I'm sorry if I butcher this. Those of you who are Irish or know how to say this, actually. I would say this Dermot. I don't know. Maybe it's something else, but that's how I say it. Sorry. But they're so cute. He's very... It's a very sunshine, grumpy trope, and it's so cute. And he actually has I don't remember if it's actually his child or just a child that he is looking after that's an orphan, but and she's a teacher for this like rural area that they end up that she ends up moving to, that he lives in, and they're just precious and I love them. And she like breaks down his shell. So cute. Okay. And then in June I read Fourth Wing in June. So obviously, Xaden and Violet are going to be on here. And I just love them. And I won't talk much about this because 1,003 people have read Fourth Wing and have all these thoughts and have explained this 1,003 times because so many people have read it. So I won't bore you with that, but I do love them, and I love Xaden so much. I think he is a great book boyfriend. And then in July, let's see. In July, I read Beach Read, and my favorite couple from July is obviously going to be January and Gus, because they are precious, and I love it. And I love the setting, and I love that they're both writers, and like I love how they end up coming together, and I love the challenges that they give each other, and just everything. I love it. And then in August, again, these are not my favorite books, these are my favorite couples. I read Caraval. I loved Caraval. It was not my favorite book of the month, but I loved it. And I love Scarlett and Julian. They're great. I think Scarlett, to me, she seemed very smart. And Julian was just wild. I don't think that's how you spell his name. But his story and like what you learn about him blew my mind. Loved every minute of it. Yeah. Okay, moving on. September. In September, my favorite couple was from Icebreaker, and it is Anastasia and Nate. And Nate. Love them. I love the communication that goes on between them. I'm a very big communication person. My degree is in psychology, and if you have zero communication, then nothing is gonna work out in the relationship. So I really loved that they had the baseline of communication down, because that's a very important thing. And yes. And I think you guys can't see the board anymore, so we're gonna lift it up and go from there. Hold on. Yes, this looks awkward, but this is how it's gonna have to go. Okay, and then in October, if I can get my marker lid off. October. again, not my favorite book, but I read Love and Luck, and I loved Rowan so much. And I love the relationship that builds between him and Addie. And I love just how he treats her. He treats her so well. And yeah, that's it. And then, what color do I want to use? I'll just use this one, I guess. And then, in November, I'm not done with December, obviously, because we're barely getting into, like, we're barely halfway. So I'm not putting my December read on here. But, yes, so we'll end at November. But November, I read Book Lovers. Absolutely loved it. I gave it a 4.75 stars, as you guys know from yesterday's video. And I loved it so much. And I loved Nora and Charlie. They're literally so sweet. And I love that Emily Henry has this like book thing going with her book couples. I like forgot how to speak for a second. Wow, I also am bad at writing apparently from the single. But yes, I love Nora and Charlie, and I love Charlie especially because he's so patient and he's just a sweetheart, and I love him so much. Alright, that is the whole video. It's a very short one for today, hopefully. I really hope this isn't like 17,000 minutes long. And I'm kind of all over the place right now. But, yeah. Anyways, I'll get this edited and out to you guys hopefully by tonight. So, wish me luck. And I will see you guys either tomorrow or the next day. I'm trying to really stick with this bookmas thing. So, alright, well, anyways, I'm rambling now. So, bye!